do something about it to get rid of that energy, it's going to sit there. It's going to sit there. And it can build and build and build and build, especially if you're married to somebody for a long time, or if you have family or the same job or whatever. And people think about you, it's just some falling particles. It clumps, 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 and builds. And you've heard of psychic vampire? Hello? What is that? It's someone who wants your energy of life, your source. They tag into you, bite right into you, suck the energy out of you. Exactly what it is. It's not movies and TV. It's real. It's very, very real. So just to let you know that. So there are ways that you can get rid of people's energy from your space. Because I once had a lady come to me for a reading, and it was very, very interesting. She came to it was an apartment I was living in, and it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and she knocked on the door. I opened up the door, and I see this looked like a lady. I was in Hollywood, I don't know. It looked like a lady. And it's a good joke, I write that. Now, the weird thing, did you ever see Charles Schultz comics, the characters? Pigpen. Pigpen? She looked just like Pigpen. She looked like Pigpen. She had her aura, her electromagnetic field of the aura, was spinning out of control. It was tethered. There were holes in it. It was weird. Ribbons, and it was like, oh. And it was like scary. Scary for me. I'm not scared that easily. It was scary to me. So of course I said, please come right in. Make yourself at home. So she sat down and she started crying her eyes out. She cried. And she said, James, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I have headaches all the time. I can't sleep. I'm always tired. I'm forgetful. I'm anxious. I'm over-emotional. What's wrong with me? It doesn't seem like me. And I told her, it's not what's wrong with you. It's who's wrong with you. Whose energy do you have on you right now? Whose energy is seeping into you, and they're actually using you. It's coming into your own energy field, and you're being influenced by it. It happens. We started peeling away her neighbor, her husband, the kids, these expectations of other people in her family. It was like all this crap, all this energy was not her energy. And we blew it up, we sent it back to where it came from with love. Let me tell you something, that lady looked amazing. It looked as if she was 30 years younger. She lit up. Because we took the energy back where she left energy. So let's say she left energy in her kids, she was in her kids, said just think one person and bring your energy back to the top of your head, bring the energy back in. And let me tell you, she filled up with her own energy. And she looked fabulous. After an hour, she was unbelievable. And that helped her. That's all she needed. That's all she needed. She didn't need communication. That's what she needed. And she said, no matter who you brought through, I don't need to hear anything. That's what was needed. So I agree with you. So I'm going to teach you tomorrow about that. I'm going to teach you, it's going to be very, very important to learn about how to let go of other people's energy. Because you want to be living your life, not somebody else's life. I also think that life is a series of choices. Life is very, very simple. Life is a series of choices. And all choices are based upon either love or fear. That's it. Right? And if you look back at your life and you see the choices that you made. Who was the book signing last night? Anyone in the book signing? So we talked about this a little bit, which I love this, because it makes so much sense. The choices that you made in your life. If you go back to the time in your life that were very important choices, like, let's say, a school you chose to go to, or a place you chose to live, or some kind of a career you chose to go into, or somebody you chose to live with or marry. Just go back in your head and just think of that. I would say to you, well, did you make that choice based upon what other people thought you should? Like, I know my parents would be very proud of me if I get this job. It's not the kind of job I want, but it pays really a lot, so I'm going to look good. People will look up to me. I know that, I don't really love this guy, but I'm kind of like pressured to marry. I have to get married. So whatever it is in your own personal circumstance, look into your life. Look at the choices that you made in your life. Just as an observation, not as a judgment. Did you make those choices based upon what people thought of you? Fear? Or were they out of love? If you chose fear, you're not a very happy person. You're not fully realized. But if you chose love, you are fully realized. Because you're living at the energetic level which your spirit is at. You are pure God. God is pure love. God is pure love. Love is God. That's the energy. If you live anything less, you're not living up to who you should be. Makes sense, doesn't it? Some people think, that's scary. That'll probably be the scariest part of the weekend. Oh my God. Not yet. It's a long weekend. So, that's something to think about. It's something to think about. It's also a relief. Because I'm going to tell you one more thing, which I think a lot of people across this country, when I've done this, a lot of people have thanked me in numerous ways, written emails and Facebook me, and every way they can. And they said, thank you for helping me change my world. Because I tell them, what anybody thinks of you, whether it's your husband, your wife, your parents, your partners, your kids, your bosses, whoever, friends, what anybody thinks of you is none of your business. It's none of your business. Because they don't know you as well as you know yourself. Who are they to judge you? They can't judge you. They haven't walked into your shoes. They don't know who you are. So what anybody thinks of you is none of your business. So don't give them so much credit. Don't throw away your power. Keep it for yourself. Understand? Good. Okay, there you go. What else? And during the weekend, let's look at this out of the way. During the weekend, we do a lot of stuff from mediumship. We're going to do a lot of different types of mediumship, which is automatic writing. We're going to do a whole thing about past life regression, because we're going to work with the soul. You as a soul being have been here many, many lifetimes. And there are certain, in someone's life, sometimes they have phobias of some kind, or sometimes there's a health concern, which doesn't get better. And we find that when they become regress, we regress them. We go to a certain period of that soul's experience, in history of that soul, that they find 1 or 2 or 3 lifetimes where similar things happen. And you're able to look at it very objectively and understand why you have a phobia. What are you scared of that you brought into this lifetime with your soul memory? So we're going to do a past life regression as well. Very, very incredible, very intense, very freeing too. I'm going to try to throw as much in as I possibly can for you. Doing a lot of intense intuitive work as well, and I'm a tough teacher. A lot of telepathic work, and we're also going to do remote viewing. And we're going to do a lot with them. If we do some table tipping, we're going to do that. And we're going to do a lot of readings too, spiritual readings, connecting with spirit and contacting spirit. And so there's a lot of different things going on this weekend. So that's that. If you want to stay, please do. If not, nice meeting you. See you next time. And like Liz said, that the books, the Change of Hands has been great. I've been changing hands for a long time. I've been so